So I sent you a video earlier from one of my favorite movies. I'm a movie buff. From
One of your
Interstellar.
favorite movies.
Yeah, that the one I sent the video I sent you earlier with the honesty thing. All right, so I'm gonna read the quote, but basically it's uh the robot says, so Matthew McConaughey asked the robot what's his honesty parameter, and the robot says 90%. And then the robot says absolute honesty isn't always the most diplomatic nor safest form of communication with emotional beings.
Which
Cooper
is
says
honest.
90% it is. So I'm a 90%er. For all y'all who know me, y'all people who know me personally, and people who've messed around with me on Facebook and heard something, I always say 90%. I ain't keeping it 100.
Ooh, people
90%.
that messed around with you on Facebook. Who you been messing?
Not like that. Not like that. I mean, like in Facebook groups, dialogue, conversation about these things.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I have never been intimate with anybody I've ever known or met on Facebook.
Really?
Never.
Interesting. So how you meet people? Through the mail? At the grocery store?
Grocery store, mailbox.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Swipe right on a couple of dating sites. Something.
You just meet people like in.
No. I'll use a dating app. If it comes to it, I'll use a dating app. I stay away from the Facebook people.
Then that's online dating.
Yeah, but Facebook is different.
You can do online dating, you can do Facebook dating. What's the difference? One you pay for, one you don't.
I have never been intimate with anybody on Facebook.
What about Instagram?
Or that I've met from Facebook or Instagram or anything. Okay, but anyway, so we're gonna get back to this 90%. How do you feel? So how do you feel about that? 90%? Could you exist in any relationship where only 90% of the 90%? Think about it. They telling the truth. They're 90% honest. 90%.
Let me tell you something. I feel like I'm 70% honest, and I done lost hella friends. Okay.
Damn.
Let me tell you, people don't want you to keep it real. Okay. Mm-hmm. People like their ego stroked.
Yeah.
Because the minute you say some shit they don't like, they ain't fucking with you. So what I'm saying is, I be lying sometimes. And if I'm a 70%er, I done lost some friends. Okay. So 90% is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's pretty high. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you realize people don't really want the truth, you got to pick your battles. And then if it don't serve them, I learned they don't need to know. Like, you ever know somebody be like, I got to tell you something. And this person was dogging you, but you can't say nothing. Bitch, no, you're not about to tell me. You're not about to play with my feelings. And then now I can't address it. Now you got me with this negative energy. I can't do nothing with it. So I don't no. And honestly, and maybe you could answer this. Do you think people in relationships tell everything?
Let me
like 100 and like everything.
No.
Do you? So you don't think any relationship exists like that?
No. If you want your relationship to survive, you will lie. Let me say this, and I'm gonna keep it one. I'm a 90%er. I believe I can be 90% honest. Now we can break that up however you want to. There's 365 days. Do the math. Whatever 90% of those days is, I was honest 100% of the time, 90% of those days. So whatever the percent of those days is, those are days I could have lied about anything or everything in that day. That's 90%.
Okay.
However my numbers break down, I'm only giving you 90%. Now, Santa Claus, 90% truth. The elf on the shelf for your kids, 90% truth. Your coworker who you know don't look good in what they 90%, because you know what, it, like you said, the ego stroke, whatever it is. Here's one that I've used as an example. No man or woman. So imagine you and your significant other, y'all got some issues and you feeling some kind of way. Your man ain't holding it down. It's been a couple of months. It ain't this. It's kind of this. And so at this point, you like, I got. Wait,
it ain't what?
It ain't this. It's kind of, you know. And so you got needs that need to be met. and you've had conversations with him about, babe,
Mm.
you think you need to see a doctor, something, right. Now,
Damn.
never does it cross your mind. It may cross your mind, shoots, man, I need to go get my fix somewhere else.
Ooh.
But you would never tell him, babe, I need you to go get that work done because I've been thinking about cheating. You're gonna leave the I've been thinking about cheating part out. That's the 10%. You're gonna tell him everything, baby. I want it, baby. I'm needing, baby. I wish you can work on it. You're gonna give him all this truth, but you're gonna take that one little piece out that just ain't gonna help. Is gonna do some damage because you can't say, and you know what? I was thinking about cheating on you because he gonna forget about everything you said, all the needs that need to be met, his medical condition, he gonna all that is gone. He gonna hone in on that 10%. You think about what?
Well, maybe the intention wasn't to cheat, and you just saying, "Hey, babe, I'm not happy." Then the response eventually led to the cheating because black women don't cheat.
But so which hmm. Black people, we need some positive affirmations going forward.
I'm sure.
So black women don't cheat. At any rate,
All my faithful queens.
yeah,
Ow.
at any rate, 90% truth. I do believe that discretion is the better part of valor, right? Do we need to tell the whole, like the part that there's parts of something, there's a detail here and there that might hurt. Why? I ain't saying if you give your wife if you give your wife an STD, you give your girlfriend an STD, you're gonna try that. That's not the 90% I'm talking about, bro. You might want to come clean at that point. You might
Pretty
want
much.
to. You might want to. That's not part of the 90%. The part of the 90%, the 10% lie is the stuff that is a little ancillary and it can hurt. It can just sting a little bit more. Just go ahead and keep that to yourself. Keep it to
Well,
yourself dealing with me, ladies. Don't I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
well,
I don't need to know.
let me ask you. That's a 10% when it comes to maybe sharing with others. But when it comes to you yourself, that 10%, what gets left out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what part of the 10 cent about you do you leave out? Is it your childhood? Maybe something happened.
uh, what 10% do I leave out?
Yeah. Share something that nobody knows about you. Don't worry, it's a
Damn.
secret.
What 10% do I leave out? Um, there may so I'll pick and choose my spots. Um, I got some very quirky ways. So let's just say a woman says, "So what are you into? What are you into sexually?" I'm gonna size that woman up. I know what's gonna make her run for the door, and I know what's gonna make her say, "Hmm," and I'm gonna weigh that out a little bit. And
What's
if
gonna make
some,
them run? I'm
and
curious.
if something I know is gonna make her run for that door, I might keep that to I'm gonna keep it to myself for the time being.
Give me an example.
God damn it, you gonna get this out of me.
I want to know. I'm curious.
Listen. If you say something like, "Oh, I like to tie my woman up," if that's what I say, I like a little bondage. There's some women don't want that like that. That's gonna be too much.
But you won't know until you make it known. Let me tell you, you thinking she gonna run from you, she might run to you.
And you know what? And that can also be a bad thing too. She might run to me and, oh well, come on, here.
I
I'm
mean,
like, well,
no, I mean, here's the thing. What I just hope men understand. Never for a second, whatever you think, feel, and do, a woman feels that exact same thing. If you like it, it's definitely tons of women who like. I'm gonna tell you one time,
oh, absolutely.
I told my ex that, and I told him that disrespectful talk, calling you out your name is cool in the bedroom, bitch, slut, whatever you want to say, and that's cute. I think I'm like, oh, it's kind of sexy.
You
But
don't.
see, guys make the mistake in doing that same cookie cutter thing. If one female tell you, or a few females tell you
No,
that
no,
you
no,
better,
no, no. Yeah, yeah. Don't do that.
everybody.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He
Every
did.
woman.
And he got with that next female, and she was very offended. Said, "That's what your ass get."
Right,
And then
right,
he too, so I ain't feel bad for him. But when he got with the next female, talking that crazy shit, she's like, "Excuse me." See, that's the thing. Everybody don't. But how
right.
would you know? He didn't ask her. He just went ahead and did it. You know
No,
what I'm
see,
saying?
and that's again, that's part of that 90%. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna take the temperature of the room before I tell a joke. Oh,
Mm.
is this joke gonna fly in this room right here full of these people? Because this only does this look like the people that can take that joke? Oh, okay, let me keep that to myself. So take the temperature of the room, feel that woman out, make sure 90% truth, man. All right, so femininity and masculinity. Now I'm gonna give the definition, the dictionary definition, and I'm gonna give the Wikipedia, and then I want to get Miss Page's take on what these two things mean to you. To you. So femininity, noun, qualities or attributes regarded as characteristics of women.
Wait, that's the definition.
That's the book definition, and
Say it again.
from Wikipedia, femininity is a set of attributes, behaviors, and roles generally associated with women and girls. Although femininity is socially constructed, research indicates that some behaviors considered feminine are biologically influenced. To what extent femininity is biologically or socially influenced is subject to debate.
Mm.
All right, so give me, and so that's, is it well, what's that? What do they use it? Is it environmental, or is it, what you're born with, whatever the case may be? But give me your take. Give me your take on what femininity is.
What femininity is? I think it is. Um, okay. I'm gonna have to gather about some words I probably don't have
Okay.
to describe it because it's almost like a. I don't know. It's like a aura. I think it's like
Energy.
yeah. It's just an energy, and it comes natural because every woman isn't feminine or doesn't have that femininity. I think that femininity is that extra whatever, that woman's natural ability to I don't know, like have things whatever. But I think if I could think of a word, it's maybe being vulnerable, um being emotional, submitting, all those good things, kind of like the essence of woman before all this other stuff try to tell us what gender roles are. I think it's just like the natural whatever of a woman.
I've always, so one of the things I've always said was there's two ways to get a man to do something, or to attempt to get a man to do something.
Speak on
Um,
me.
you can
'Cause I can't
say,
get my man to do
so
shit.
so so that Adidas suit that Buddy had on, right?
Mhm.
You can say, nigga, why you got that on? Boy, you look like a damn fool. Run DMC ain't been performed in that. Like, you can go in, you can kill him, you can flame him up, and maybe he can take that flaming and he'll come up out of that suit, and he'll put on something else. And you can say, why don't you put on these jeans and this shirt? And you can probably kill him, and he'll. Or women can be slick. They can be real slick, baby. You know what would look good on you, and just real slick. She done already bought the outfit. She done already bought the shirt, the jeans, or already pointed something out. And that feminine energy will real slick. They will put you in a goddamn pillowcase. Put you in a pillowcase, and then convince you that wearing that pillowcase is just going, boy, you put on that pillowcase, I'm gonna lose it. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I see you walk out here in that pillowcase. That feminine, graceful, slick, smooth talking, and it's not manipulation, but it is. It can manipulate the strongest of us, and it has. And I think again, when we have the conversation about the pussy's so good, I always take that. I'm like, no, the woman. It's the woman, because pussy is pussy. But
it's okay if she uses it for good.
it is. But I'm like, that feminine energy, that soft, that when we loud and we all manly and getting loud and being boisterous, and y'all just kind of calm us down with that.
With the balance.
Yeah, that calm, cool. I got it. That feminine energy that, I don't give a damn how well I clean my house. I don't give a damn how well I decorate. A woman will come in here and tweak something here and there, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I didn't even know that was, and it balances all that other shit out. It gives it that feminine touch, and it's appreciated. It's appreciated. It's appreciated. All right, so masculinity. Noun, and now the dictionary version is real dry. It's qualities or attributes regarded as characteristic of men. And then Wikipedia says masculinity is a set of attributes, behaviors, and roles associated with boys and men. Although masculinity is socially constructed, it's given the same thing. Research indicates that some behaviors considered masculine are biologically influenced. To what extent masculinity is biologically or socially influenced is subject to debate. What does masculinity mean to you? What do you?
Ooh, have I struggled with this word? I'm gonna say what I thought it was is not quite what it is. So I used to be like, okay, masculinity or the alpha male is like this, and he's dominant and he's that or whatever. But then I've encountered some guys who are dominant, but they don't do certain things that would make them an alpha. So then I realized, no, being dominant doesn't make you an alpha. That just makes you aggressive or dominant. So yeah, I had to learn that. And but then there's guys who I think they have certain characteristics, what I think is the epitome of what a man is, but then they're like not masculine at all. So I'm confused. So on the one hand, you got the like strong quote alpha tough guy, whatever, and he might not be doing what he's supposed to do. Like one thing that makes you a real man, you gotta take care of home.
You gotta take care of your kids. You take care of your kids.
Let's say he's neglectful in that area, but he's super masculine, right? So you got that. It's like, I don't know. Then you get the other guy, takes care of home, takes care of you, but he's super freaking lame and like passive. Right. So it's like, well, what the hell? I don't know what it is anymore. So I don't know. And then it seems like what is masculine is not what's being shown. And then sometimes I get nervous, like, are they going extinct? Because you showing all these Tinder dudes, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fairy dust floating around out there. And that's okay. Because somebody wants that, Right. Where's the balance? Where's the macho dudes or the alpha dudes or whatever? So give me somebody tender and show that, and then show somebody to balance that. I don't see it anymore. Everything's just all combobulated. So I don't know. You probably know better than me.
Man, so one thing is the alpha thing. I've always said this: any man that claims to be an alpha male, to me, automatically I take that from you. If you claim to be an alpha, man,
that means he's not.
I like the first thing I see, man, you know what? I deal with a certain kind of woman. I do this a certain kind of way because you know what? Because I'm an alpha, and that's what alpha do.
That's cheesy.
It's the same thing as a humble person saying, "Well, listen, I'm a humble person, and this is certain things don't announce themselves."
Oh my gosh, dude! Now, okay, say that again.
Certain things just don't announce themselves. Now. One of the attributes, I guess, of alpha is they kind of go about doing things their way. And so maybe their way is to announce themselves, but it takes something off of you if you got to announce. You got to announce.
That weirdo Umar Johnson always quotes to be an alpha. And speaking of that, I gave that nigga $103 and I want my money back. $103. Gosh damn school, and I want my $103 back. No.
Dr. Umar, she want her money back.
That nigga ain't no doctor. But he said
Brother Umar.
There you go. That nigga ain't
Brother
even a
Umar, you
snack.
need to run her money
Like
back.
nothing medical. He ain't no nurse, CNA. He don't fucking dietary. Ain't no damn doctor. If you
but
listening,
that
give me my
that's
$103 back.
but that's the thing. So when it comes to masculinity, one thing I automatically do you take care of your seeds? Do you take
Right.
care of your children?
Right.
I don't care how alpha tough anything you claim to be. I don't care if you're a World War veteran. I don't care if you're a veteran of any sort of war. I don't care if you're an assassin. I don't care if you can whoop
Mm,
Mike Tyson, which I doubt. If you don't take care of your kids, automatically I'm taking masculinity from you. I won't respect you as anything masculine or manly.
period.
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 End of the day. Um, but then there's other things. I mean, are you a respectful individual? Period. Are you respectful? Now being respectful, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you respect everybody and everything. Being
Mhm.
respectful is that for me, and this is subjective. So if I'm respectful, that means if I don't respect it, I don't deal with it. But I'm not going to be disrespectful because I don't respect it, because it's not necessary for me to be disrespectful, because I'm lowering myself by being disrespectful, because I'm a respectful person. So you don't lower yourself. It's like when dudes say it's like a gentleman. A gentleman doesn't become less gentleman when he's dealing with thoughts. A gentleman doesn't deal with thoughts. He doesn't say, "Oh, that's a thought. I'm gonna treat it like a thought." He says, "That's a thought, and I can't treat her like a lady, so I'm not gonna treat her at all."
Mm.
And so there's levels to and being masculine isn't being an asshole. Now, if you're an asshole by default because you don't know no better and you got a blind spot, I kind of and you can tell the difference between that. But when you're an asshole because you being an asshole because you learned that when you was coming up being an asshole is what gets the girls, then you're disingenuous, you fake. Women gonna peep through that and they can see the fake bravado. Fake bravado isn't masculine to me. That's not alpha to me. That's just, oh, you playing like you're an asshole, but you're not really an asshole. You just think it's cute to be an asshole. Um,
Mm.
so anything disingenuous, I take that away. That's not masculine. The most
Right.
you could be a nerd. You could be a Drake type dude. If you genuinely are a soft dude, kind of you soft, you do your things your way, but you move about your way, you stand up for it, you don't shrink in the moment because of it, you take care of your kids, you hold it down. And when that woman needs you to you good, you like there's no question that I'm not
Mhm.
saying women validated. I'm just saying you're a man in every sense of the word, and you carry yourself like that, and you're respectable in every sense of the word. And that don't mean you're perfect, don't mean you don't got shortcomings. It means you just own your shit and you just live up to being a man. um it just is,
Well,
and it's very, like I said, it's very subjective. Everybody has their
yeah,
own take.
cause I'll be a little confused and stuff, and maybe you can help me out because I have encountered,
Mm-hmm.
okay, these docile guys who do everything right, but they ain't got no damn balls. And so let me tell y'all this: a lot of y'all guys out there, and this for y'all ones who kind of dry and lame, okay? Because I dated a guy, he was so goddamn boring. I'd rather watch paint dry than still date this guy because that's how damn boring he was. Taking all my damn energy. No, it's unacceptable. So what I'm saying is, a lot of the good guys think like, oh, because I'm good, that's why she don't want me. So you want to be cheated on and you want no. You're not lame because you're a good guy. You're a good guy and you're lame.
You're like, you're both. You're
It's
both.
a combo thing. So my thing is like, in order to get a quote unquote real man who takes care of home and takes care of his family, you gotta get somebody lame. Or
No.
then they be like no backbone. So like if something pop off, you warming up the car while I'm getting my ass whooped. I don't want to feel that in my, and they just keep coming my way. Now they tend to think, oh, toy, maybe because people think I have a dominant personality, but honestly, not dominant. Like I'm assertive, but I'm not dominant. So like I don't know if they attracted to that, but then they be wanting me to tell them what to do, and that's not sexy to me.
That
Maybe
don't
there
work.
is,
No.
yeah,
No.
maybe there is a woman who wants y'all punk asses out there. But all I'm saying is get out of my DMs because I don't want you. I done dated enough of y'all. I'm sick of it. Protest. Sorry, I had to just rant.
You had to get that off you. You had to get that off.
Yeah,
Cause they still in the DMs. They still in there. They still in there.
yeah, being boring.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna move on to something else. But give me an example of boring. Like I need an example.
Um, I don't want to say the wrong word because reserved isn't boring. Reserved is not reserved. Like you just can feel it, like the energy, kind of dry. They don't got a lot of personality. Sometimes they could be like real introverts, and I get it. Introverts like extroverts, and I get that. But the lower whatever, you sucking all the higher person's energy. The higher person ain't
Right.
getting shit from it. So
Right.
if
Right.
you,
Right.
you
Right.
know what I'm saying, reserved and reserved is cool, but you go too far and reserved can spill into to boring. So I can't describe it because I like laid back people, but that's like their demeanor. But then
Right.
you can still have like energy,
Right. 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 Right.
but
Right.
they just be so, I can't describe it. They just be so freaking boring, and they're just like the opposite of you and I. So I don't know who they are.
They're too far. I see what you're saying. It's like certain people are just so far subdued. Like it's like they're kind of sleepwalking too much,
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah,
you don't need them to turn up, but you need them to meet your energy at
yeah.
certain points to where you're
And
not by yourself.
then they want to live vicariously through you. No,
Right.
no, because I told my last boring ass friend, and I said, well, if you don't feel that you're boring, why don't you date somebody like you? And you know what? He got offended. And I tell you what I said. So you won't date you, but you want me to date you? No, 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 we're doing. We're not doing that.
But anyway, all right. So the last thing I want to touch on is something serious. So 2020 has been a motherfucker. Like
Mm,
it legitimately has.
yeah.
I mean, it started off rough with, I don't know if you're a Kobe fan, but it started off with that. I mean, I remember I had so many plans, and my children, they live in Atlanta and they come visit here, and I visit them and everything else. And then I got family in Texas, and I got people, in both directions. And I'm in New Orleans, so I'm in between. So it's the perfect spot for me to be. I can go 5 hours, 4 hours either direction. I can get to people. But with this thing going on, limited travel, everything, that's the worst that I've experienced with it. But living in New Orleans and not being able to go and enjoy live music, I was
Mm,
spoiled. I mean, the food is amazing. The culture, I love the culture. I like the energy of the city. But I never would have thought I was that spoiled when it came to live music. And
mm,
just being able to get up and go. I've had a few loved ones and friends and family that have, been exposed to COVID. There's that. Then there's the civil unrest in our country that's been a really serious thing. There's been, protesting, there's been unrest. I mean, every time we turn around, before we can get over one thing, another thing is coming.
mm.
Um,
Okay.
all of our sports have been, hijacked because they've shut down, restarted, and some of everything else. And so it's been a trying time for everybody. And then we got this big election coming up. Um, I mean, people are saying it's the biggest one in our history. I don't necessarily agree, but I can understand why some feel like that. And how's your 2020 been?
Wow. I mean, I just, I mean, that's probably my perspective. I just feel like if a person says 2020 has not been a challenge or depressing or something to some extent, they ass lying. 2020 is crazy, but what I hope people take from it, and now it's just such a time to really see where people stand, how people really feel about stuff. Um, and I see because if your views are different, I mean, you could have family friends that they'll even kind of turn on you if you don't side with them. We call this
Yeah.
individual thing, but the minute you got a difference of opinion and kind of stand on your own, people have so much to say. And I even tell my students, like with that mask thing, it's like I feel like we've been told what to do for so long. From the minute you're born, you don't pick your name. We watch this and watch that and whatever. So when we talk about this COVID thing, like my cousin, well, I'm tired of talking about it. You may be tired. We still in it.
In it.
So you keep putting it off for what? You're still in it. So there's nothing you can do. You better deal with it because it's dealing with you.
Right.
So some people so used to being told what to do. I think we forget that we got a brain up here.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to my friend and I was just saying, I don't believe in this the way that you do. Well, now you can't say that because people die. Well, I did say it because that's how I feel. It's like, well, people not fake dying, Toya. I'm aware of that. But you think everybody who dying is died from COVID? Not because heart disease was the number one killer a few
Yeah.
months ago when
Yeah.
COVID happened. So no motherfuckers dying from that. Nothing else, no cancer, no heart attacks, no old age. Everybody's dying from COVID, right?
Right.
So as we was talking about that, and I'm like, well, I'm not sold on most of it. Most of it's fear mongering. If you turned off the TV, you wouldn't know most of the shit that's going on. That's how you thinking because you fearful of this, you fearful of that, the stats and this and this and that. And so it was like, and so my friend's like, well, the CDC said this, and the government said this, and then what do you say? What do
Right.
you think? You don't have any thoughts, so like you just regurgitating what another motherfucker said from a device, from your phone or a
Hmm.
TV. So a lot of it just doesn't make sense. And even people, like I was telling my friends today, if you believe that this mask is the end all be all, because they promoting the shit like it's a cure, if you believe that, then stand on that shit 10 toes. But if you know that something ain't right, you better speak up. Because
Yeah.
I said that mask symbolizes a whole lot. That mask, you have no voice. With that mask, you have no identity. You don't know who's who.
Yeah.
And with that mask, you're complying. They taking away liberties more and more. Like you said, listening to live music, traveling. You can't
Yeah.
be in groups bigger than three. That shit feel like slavery in some ways. You
Yeah.
should be triggered as a black person. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you got to get on the back of the bus. You can't come together with friends and all type of stuff. Like people so programmed, these motherfuckers be out in regular air with a mask on.
Yeah.
Like you inhaling your own shit, but you got all this fresh air. They be in the car by themselves, windows rolled up, mask on. Like, no, that's not about to be my norm. I'm not wearing
The
that.
moment I come out of a grocery store, the moment I come out of an establishment requiring me to wear it, it's off. The moment
It's
I
all
get it's off. And I the part of it that I consider the most is that there's a chance, I remember when it first popped off, wear a mask. And then it was like, well, you ain't necessarily worried about wearing a mask for yourself, worry about it for somebody else. And I thought about that. They said, because you could have something and you can give it to somebody else. And I said, you know what? I don't know enough about it to dispute that. But in fairness, I'll make sure I got on a mask because I would hate that maybe I may be impervious to something, but something that hops on me and it hops on you.
but you know
That
what?
that's my biggest concern. And I don't want to make it seem like I'm not concerned for myself. I am always concerned for but me being concerned for my health and well-being has been something that has been lasting. It's been years to where I've been in a practice not wearing a mask. But for years now, anybody who knows me, I'll knock wood. They can't say Manuel's had a cold in the time that they've known him. My children can't tell you the last time I've had a cold or a sniffle that wasn't based in
Well,
pollen. And I'm not saying I'm
well, you
special.
good, excellent health.
Right. I do a lot of things anyway on the regular
Mhm,
basis prior to
mhm.
this. And so I'm not saying that means I'm impervious or I'm immune or anything like that. So when everything popped off, the first thing I did was, man, I ain't wearing no mask. I don't want to wear a mask. I won't even go nowhere. But then I said, you know what? Again, if something hopped on me and you tell me it can hop on somebody else, you know what? I'm fine with that. I will go in the store with my mask. I will go into, if I want to go somewhere and they require it. At home, in the company of my loved ones who ain't worried about that, we trust each other and we know we take care of ourselves. I'm gonna be good. Um,
I guess I feel like one plus one is two. So I feel like you're not about to tell me this mask, which is non-medical, no nothing. Most people don't change their mask every day, so it's unsanitary. But
Right.
that's another story. You're not about to tell me that mask is for my health, but I feel worse as I wear it. I know it's proven that you're inhaling your own toxins every day, all day, and that in self, the mask itself, is weakening your immune system. You got doctors coming together and they're saying like this stuff is not adding up, willing to risk their own license. See, they're
Right.
not showing that part. But so what I'm saying is that's who I want to listen to. People who actually have degrees in this, not no damn politician
And both
or
sides of it.
anybody on the side.
I don't want to hear just one side. I don't want to hear everybody that's telling me it's the worst. I want to
I did.
also hear, yeah, I want to hear both. I want to hear those that are saying, look, this is a problem. And I want to hear those that are saying, yeah, it is, but I want to hear the buts. I want to hear both educated and informed
Right.
sides. And it seems like depending on the day of the week or who you're listening to or what you're listening to, you can
But
get
ever
one
changing.
side of it. Yeah.
But there's so much misinformation, and I think from the higher ups on down, like a lot of this shit they winging it. It changes every day, rules change every day, so it's so easy for people to be confused. But everybody fronting like they done dealt with a pandemic time and time again. You
It
about to tell me that?
there's limited information, there's misinformation, man. And honestly,
Right.
I've always understood why black people especially side eye everything, because
Exactly.
we know that we have been fed, misled, and misinformed on so many things from the day
Yeah.
we got here, from the time we were brought here, on and on and on and on and on. So
No.
we naturally look at anything that the government is saying like, for real, it's and
Yeah.
I've even had the conversation with other brothers and sisters that are like, well, why don't they just listen? I'm like, bro, can you blame some of us as to why we gonna question it? Can you blame us?
Right.
Because we've trusted it before
Right.
to our detriment.
And nobody should fully trust any one source of anything,
Nah, absolutely not.
especially not that.
Unless it's me. Wait, unless it's me.
It's right that
Because I'm like always right, but even when I'm wrong, I'm right. So I'm definitely a source that you can absolutely.
wow.
What happened?
That no, that's a great point you made.
Yeah. Now, first thing you tell a woman, they find something. Woman's find something, and she tell me this what it is. What is this? What is that? I'm like, girl, that ain't nothing. You gonna trust me or your lying eyes?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You in a relationship? You know what? Don't even answer that. I don't know. I don't want to.
Anyway, y'all, I've had a good night with Miss Page. This is a good one. See, listen, she got on here a little nervous, and then a little glass of wine later, that little glass was swirling in that first video. That glass was swirling,
You know
and
what?
she turned right on
Come
up.
for me on this YouTube.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Have a good night.